Okay. What's it say they got at this place? What's
Oh
the
my
sign
God,
say?
it's the Lunchbox Museum. It's a Lunchbox Museum.
Yeah,
No
surprise! We
Oh
were
my
just
God.
talking about lunchboxes. There we go. Let's hear the story of the Lunchbox Museum.
All right, here we go. So I'm Caitlin Etheridge. My grandfather is Alan Woodall, and he and I work together here with my cousin Wren Welch, and it's a family business and setup, if you will. But back in the late 80s, my grandfather started collecting the lunchboxes. He ran into a couple at the Lakewood Amphitheater in Atlanta when it was the fairgrounds, and they were having a flea market, and he saw Green Hornet and Dick Tracy, and it took him back to be cross-legged on the floor at his grandparents' house, and he said, I've got to have these. So long story short, in the 90s, 1990, he by that time had written a book, a price guide to metal lunchboxes, and also the Smithsonian caught wind of that when they were trying to put together a traveling collection, and they've been a part of our process for many years. And about 6 years ago, after having this collection of over 5,000 pieces in the Lunchbox Museum, we added some local Columbus, Georgia industrial history. Follow me, which is, I can do this in like 2 minutes. Tom's started here in 1925. Tom Houston came to Columbus, Georgia with a hand sheller and a dream right there. There's the hand sheller he invented. And you get RC Cola, Knee-High, and Chero Cola beginning in 1905. Here we are. Let's go back to the calendar room. Mavis, isn't this cool? This tells the story in dates and pictures, but it leaves things up to the imagination as well. But the story is, quickly in 1927, Claude Hatcher, who invented RC, had to come up with another product because Coca-Cola sued everyone for using the word cola. That stayed tangled up in the courts for a very long time. And but in 1927, they said, forget it, we've got Knee-High. Claude Hatcher died in 1933. Follow me one more time. Claude Hatcher died at the end of the year, December 31st, 1933. And then the next year, 1934, the chemists got together and reformulated RC. And since then, in 1934, we've had RC Cola, same formula. Now, this is Claude Hatcher through the glass here. He is the man with the plan. He was a marketing genius. He was an innovator like no other. Here's some original stock certificates when he was selling the Chero Cola product. This is preferred class stock, canceled, and these are nowhere else to be found. One more room. Here's our Chero Cola room. Sorry. This is the Chero Cola Museum. It is the country store. We have old Southern slave-made stoneware. You find Dave Drake, who can also be found at the Met, which is some very important pieces of pottery and history. Also here we have Isham Hudson, who you can only find signed pieces of his work in another museum in Virginia. We have the second piece and largest piece. Old bottles. And lots of Chero Cola stuff. One more room. Come with me and then we'll be done down here. Are we having fun yet?
We are indeed.
Okay, so...
Who knew all this stuff was here?
Yes. Here is the Georgia Radio Museum and Hall of Fame with a cool tribute to Elvis, of course, the king, because radio and Elvis go hand in hand, right? My family started WDAK radio station back in the 50s, and they paired with a Southeastern theater group, Martin Theaters, became WDAK TV, which then became WTVM Channel 9. But you have Big Johnny Reb, WDAK. That was my great-grandfather's station, who eventually my grandfather started to run, and then we had South 106 radio station here in Columbus, and radio is very dear to us. So this is the fun. And I'll end with this. Come here. Follow me.
Off we go.
Off we go. Are you ready? A sound like no other. Here we go.
I've got one of those too.
Here we go. You're the Only Star by none other than Gene Autry. Ready? On the phonograph. Here we go.
Crank it up.
I'm cranking it some more. Here we go. Ready? It's a little slow seeming.
I present to you.
Oh my
my gosh, you found it.
Your lunchbox.
This is it. Charge.
There it is. Let's show the front. There we are.
This is it. I never saw the thermos before.
All right, tell the story of your lunchbox real quick.
When I was, I think 8 or 9, I was a child model for Ward School Buses, which was a publication to literally sell school buses. And I was the cover model, and I had to stand in the back of the school bus holding a lunchbox. But I went to school where lunch was included, so I didn't have a lunchbox. So I had to use my friend Dawn's lunchbox, and it was a Snoopy lunchbox. And when I met Rob, he saw this picture. I told him how lucky he was to be dating a model, a cover model. And
I still feel lucky.
And the first gift he ever bought me for Hanukkah was that lunchbox, and I love it.
All right.
He wants a picture of us.
Who do we have here?
Oh. This is Alan. Okay, I'll introduce him. This is Alan Woodall, my grandfather, because I did a little run through with him a minute ago. And he started the museum back in 1990, the guy I was telling you about. Come around here.
All right.
The one, the only, Alan Woodall.
How many lunchboxes did you start off with?
2.
2.
And they were?
The Green Hornet and Dick Tracy.
All right, and how many do we have now?
Well, in the museum, there are over 2,000 pieces. Now that's lunchboxes, thermoses, TV, the old TV trays, trash cans, toys, things that all relate together.
Hello, welcome in, y'all.
There's over 2,000 pieces in
Yeah.
the museum.
It's quite a collection.
Thank you.
Never seen this one.
What'd you find?
Emergency.
Oh. And look here.
Oh,
The land of the
I
lost.
love the land of the lost. Look at this, the spaceship orbiter.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's pulling a tree
Tree.
down.
Yeah, he's like knocking a guy with a tree.